You should enjoy the little detours to the fullest, because that's where you'll find things more important than what you want. It is arguably the most iconic piece of dialogue in the entirety of HunterXHunter, the series' final thesis statement if we go by the 2011 anime. It is a line of thinking that puts the entire story so far into perspective. It perfectly encapsulates Gon's journey so far, and what made it so captivating and moving for Gon as a person. This simple line boils down to the basic logic that it's about the journey, not the destination. That what you think will make you happy usually isn't the thing that actually brings you true happiness. Often it is the things on the way to this happiness. And if you want to view this line as just this, then I think that is fine. It makes sense after all. Gon's goal was to find his father, and to do that, he passed the Hunter exam and played Greed Island. But that in a way is it. His rescue of Killua from the Zoldyck estate, saving Kurapika from falling down a dark path in Yorknew, fighting the Chimera Ants. None of this was directly in service to his goal, yet even so these detours were all important and fulfilling to Gon. And even in Greed Island, something Gon did for the sake of his goal, him and Killua were the only ones trying to enjoy the game rather than just complete it. He only won the secret test at the end of the arc because of this, because he enjoyed the detours along the way. What allows Gon to grow as a character, to stay happy even in spite of the most horrific of circumstances, is because of these detours, because of the friends he made along the way, the support system he built around himself. In other words, what keeps one happy in the cruel world of HunterXHunter is taking these detours. And so by extension, those who don't take these are those doomed to never find happiness. And so to explore this idea, I want to take a look at a couple of characters in the series, starting with Kurapika. Kurapika in a lot of ways is the opposite of Gon. As kids, both were adventurous and wanted to explore the world. One wanted to become a hunter to find their family, the other to avenge their already dead family. Whereas Gon embraces all the detours along his way, Kurapika is railroaded onto one singular goal. Everything he does in the story is in service to his revenge. He becomes a hunter to kill the troop and recover his people's eyes, goes to Yorknew to kill the troop, joins the Dark Continent expedition to recover his people's eyes. If the arc doesn't directly help his quest, then he will not be present. The fact he's absent for so much of the story is directly to show how little he values the detours. The problem is though, Kurapika is not happy. I mean, look at him at the end of the election arc. He is so close to recovering all his people's eyes, closer than he's ever been to fulfilling his goal, but he's never looked more miserable. When he killed Uvagan, the first of his spider victims, and potentially the first life he ever took, he was disgusted with himself. This revenge brings him no happiness. The Hunter exam may have been in service to his goal, but due to how the exam was laid out, he had to work with others. He had made friends, and he enjoyed his time with them. Kurapika wasn't selfishly moving just for his own victory in Trick Tower, he wanted them all to pass. His friendship with Gon, Killua and Leorio brought him happiness. And again in Yorknew, when he was about to fall down a dark path of despair, it was seeing Gon and Killua, his friends, in danger that brought him to his senses. The relief he felt seeing his friends safe was far better a feeling than the disgust he felt burying Uvagan's lifeless corpse. The point is, when Kurapika followed his quest for revenge, when he tried to avenge his clan, he was always miserable, always drowning in an indescribable emptiness. Yet back in the Hunter exam when he was with his friends, he was genuinely happy, aka when he just focuses on his goal, he finds no happiness, but when he allows himself to be taken in by the detours, he finds the things more important to him than his revenge, his friends. By chasing after the connections already gone from this world, he only makes himself further alone. And that is why I believe this current arc, the Succession War, is what will be make or break for Kurapika, because on this ship is the rest of the Kurta clan's eyes, and also the Phantom Troop. In theory he could end it all here, retrieve the rest of the eyes and kill the spiders for good. And considering what collecting the eyes so far and killing 2 troop members did to Kurapika, it's not wild to say accomplishing his goal here could break Kurapika. By pursuing just his goal and not allowing himself to actually enjoy life, he will spiral into despair. At least that is just one option, as this arc has given him a beacon of light too. Prince Wobble, Kurapika had originally become a prince's bodyguard to get close to the last of his clan's eyes, but due to the Succession War, he has now been dragged into an elaborate conflict where he is now the defender of a defenceless baby. The things he is currently doing are a detour. They aren't strictly in service to his revenge. He does care for Wobble and is fighting for the prince's sake. As such, I think this arc will end one of two ways. Either A, he will commit to his revenge, possibly at the cost of Wobble's life, either dying a depressing death in the process, or succeeding and being left truly empty. Or B, he will forsake his revenge to protect Wobble. Finding true happiness by fighting to protect the weak, aka this little detour, will be the thing that makes him happier than anything else. And sure, we could speculate various ways in which this could happen, like I don't know, Kurapika having to team up with Chrollo to steal the ritual pot and somehow end the Succession War, saving Wobble's life, or perhaps having to help Terechnik to become king in order to protect Wobble. But the point is that Wobble likely will be the final detour Kurapika can take before falling completely into despair. On a smaller scale, you can also look at Hisoka. Hisoka's goal is to fight the strong. He enjoys combat and so seeks out the strong to fight, with one such target of his being Chrollo. He joined the Phantom Troop for that purpose, and then after betraying the spider, chased Chrollo around the world. However, by doing so, as Illumi points out, he became railroaded on just Chrollo and missed out on the Chimera Ant arc. If he really wanted to fight the strong, he could have just gone after the ants or even Netero himself. Characters I think we would agree are stronger than Chrollo. Yet he didn't even consider it because he was fixated on fighting Chrollo. And well, as we know, that fight did not give Hisoka the happiness he was after anyway. Killua's goal was always to become an assassin and eventually head of the family. It was a path laid out to him, one he was steered along by his brother. Yet when he took a detour and took part in the Hunter exam, he met Gon, a friendship that changed his life for the better, eventually allowing him to find the true calling of his life as Alaka's big brother. Meruem's goal was world domination, yet what he found happiness in was playing Gungi against Komagi. The game he played to pass the time gave him more happiness than his mission from birth. The more you look, the more you find that this idea of detours bringing happiness is baked into so many of the series' characters. And as such, it makes me look at my own life and make me ask the same questions. Now, I personally went to university, I studied a degree, and now my job has literally nothing to do with that subject. Yet the friends I made during those 3 years, and the experiences I had, are all ones that have shaped me into the guy I am today, and all ones I wouldn't give up for the world. University in a way was a detour for me, but it's one that I cherish. The best stories to me aren't the ones with the most imagination, or the most insane of twists. They are the ones that can teach us about ourselves, that explore the simple ideas so basic to all humanity that all of us can, in some small way, relate. And that's what I think Hunter does. So if you take anything away from this video, I ask it to be this: that you should enjoy the little detours to the fullest, because that's where you'll find things more important than what you want. And if you want to support this channel even further, then perhaps pledge to my Patreon, or consider becoming a channel member so you can get your name at the end of the video, like Hikari Desu, Rinjak9696, Mr. Sputum, and Matthias Rowett. So with all that said and done, I have been Seth the Sin, the Deadly Sin of Geek, and I'm signing out. Stay safe, everyone.